Good evening, and we go live. There we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, Jacqueline, good evening. Happy birthday, I think, Jackie. Hey, Debbie Williams Walker, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Snow, showing love. It's the Brooklyn way. Thank you for joining us. I think it's quicker on this end of it, so I'll look over here first. All right, there we go. And hey, Gloria Luttrell, wishing Mama Willie Bell Brack a very happy birthday. Tell her I said happy birthday. Make sure to tell her. Shara, hello. Good to see you. Linda, listen, Linda, listen. Good to see you. Denise, Mary, Jalen, thank you. God bless you too. MG Steele, I got to do the shout outs. People get mad when you don't do the shout outs. Andre, good evening. Karen, good evening. Raynell, Mo, hello. Shara, hello. And yes, Evan, I did get those numbers. I will talk about that in a minute. Joan, hello. Karina, hello. Lydia, hello. Melissa, hello. Rita, hello. Carolyn Scott, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Linda King, thank you for joining us. Denise, hello. Sabrina, hello. Mardell, Sarah, Mary, Jalen, Stacy. I got to do the shouts. MG Steele, thank you. Jacqueline Stokes, we'll get to it. Good to see my good brother Desmond Duval. Good to see you come visit me this week. Thank you. Terry, thank you. Hey, Terry Mobley, thank you for joining us. Pamela, Lisa Edwards, Nicole. You've been trying to get in contact with me. Well, Nicole, I'm right here. Send me a message. Lenora, Siobhan, Lisa. Hey, Alicia, thank you for joining. It's Friday. Darren, hello from Jacksonville. Thank you for joining us this evening. And hey, Larry Gators, thank you. Good to see you. Julia, Carolyn, Kathy, thank you. Stephanie, hello. Angel, hello. And Ed, I'm going to talk about litter. C. Nicole, thank you. Lita, thank you. Carla, hello. BV, and Ciara, and Sandra, good to see Skylar's dad on here. Stephanie, good to see you. And Gloria, I need you to check on the other thing. Pamela, it is. Terry, Cheryl, thank you. I'm doing well. A little tired, but I'm good. Gloria, thank you. Suave, hello. Angie from the DMV. April, hello. Good to see you. Jackie, Cuthbert, Alexander, good evening to you. Hey, Ruby, Lynetta, Fonzie, we'll talk about that next week. Good to see you, Miquan. Hope you're doing great. Actually, I might need to talk to you about something, too. C.A. Waters, good to see Mrs. Angie Brown on here, as well as Felicia. Janet, thank you so much for joining us. Rain, hello. Hello, Ms. Butler. Jeanette, good to see you. Nicole, hello. Thank you so much. So, Eddie, you at work tonight, so you can't talk to us? Loto, good to see you. Takoa, good to see you. Thank you. Sandra, hello. Good evening to you as well. Faye, hello. We're going to get started in a minute. I know I was running a little bit late. People call me on Friday, and they know what we do on Friday. So I felt it was a little disrespectful that they would even be messing with us on Friday. On Friday, I just, I don't know. Loretta, thank you so much for joining us. as well. Hey, Yvette, Byron, hello. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We are getting ready to get started. Natasha, I'm doing well. Kathy, hello as well. And Fonzie, I want to see you talk all that mess when the Giants beat the 49ers. Y'all lost the Super Bowl last year. Y'all going to lose the game to the Giants. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Nicole, you want to help me with a couple of people on my list of complaints? Sure. Talia, hello. Let's see. Hey, Pastor Westby, good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Angel Johnson, hello. Thank you for giving up your Friday night to spend some time with us. Hey, is this Becky Jones, my Becky Jones from Mecklenburg County? Good to see you, Becky. Thank you for joining us. Daryl, good to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. Carla, hello. I appreciate you. Hey, Grace Jones Miles, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Brandon, thank you. I appreciate you standing by me. Cheryl, I am doing okay. Sadie, hello. Barbara, hello. And I see Jen from Jen's and Friends. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday? All right, happy birthday, Jen. I'm going to come by. Tell me what time. Omega, hello. Calvin, hello. Alicia, hello. Arlene Council, wonderful job last Sunday. Really glad to be there. That was an awesome celebration. Ophelia, God bless you too. Tammy, I hope you are doing better and feeling better after your experience of the last week. So, we're just glad to have all of you with us. I see Charmaine. I hope I'm your only mayor. Hey, Latoya, happy Friday to you. Yvette, hello. And the improvement process for city's complaint. Eva, I'll talk about that a little bit. Leroy, hello. Margaret, hello. Brenda, hello. Marjorie Young, thank you for joining us. Linda Kelly, hello. Calvin, thank you so much. And I know. Mitzi, all the way from Columbia, hello. Patricia Richardson, my bestie, good to see you, Pat. Vanessa, Audrey, and Jan, thank you for joining me. Mike, well, Mike, ask me that question in a minute. I'll talk to you about it. Melanie, hello. Ms. Flo, hello. Sabrina, let the cowboy thing go. We're not talking about cowboys. If you talk about cowboys tonight, you get put out. You're going to be put out. You're going to get dismissed from the room. You're going to be put in timeout. Sharon, I always appreciate you joining us. Puna, good to see you. Well, Arlene, if she wants to tell her story next week, we can talk about it. I'm serious. Hey, Ashley from Pooler. Chanel, happy Friday night. Tammy, hello. Hey, Tally, hello, hello, hello. And it's Dawn Baker. Dawn Baker is here, and yes, Dawn Baker is still alive. She's still cute. She's still on the news at 11 o'clock, and she's in the Moderna trials, and she hasn't dropped dead, and she's looking great. So thank you again, Dawn Baker. I want to shout you out, and thank you for what you're doing to help us get closer to a day of a vaccine. Good to see Gladys from River Street and Diane. All right, Rebecca, we're going to stay away from that. Nicole, you're going to get put out. Freddie, good to see you as well. Lauren, hello. Thank you for joining us. And so let's go ahead. Let's get into it. So it's Friday night. If it's Friday night in Savannah, if it's Friday night in Savannah during the pandemic, if it's Friday night in Savannah during the pandemic and you're keeping the faith but following the science, if it's Friday night in Savannah during the pandemic and you're keeping the faith and following the science and you know you don't have anywhere that you have to be, you must be, then you are doing three things. You're wearing a mask, you're washing your hands, and you're keeping your distance. You're watching your distance, which means you're at home with me. It is Friday. It is time for our weekly Friday date night called Friday Night Live. Thank you so much for joining me. I am always blessed and honored that you will take time to hang out, and I am just even more gratified by the many of you that I come up and run into, and you all tell me that you are hanging in with there with us at Friday night. And so as long as y'all want to get together, we together. So this is our time. We get together and we talk about the things that are important to us in our Friday night date night. So I'm just so glad you're here. Got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Tonight's drink is Natalie's lemonade tea. Y'all were talking so much trash about me, about my waters, so I'm going ahead with some lemonade tea, which is going to be tonight's beverage. So I'm going to tell you that. Also, I heard that at this really very popular hair salon in Savannah, one of our top hair salons, they get in there and they talk about me on Saturday about what happens on Friday night. And I heard that you all were talking about my readers and making fun of my readers. Now, I want you to know that I don't need glasses. I just need readers because of all this light in my face and to help me better able to see what is going on. But obviously, a lot of you don't like my readers. So this week, I am going on a quest to find some new readers. Because you know what? When we're on date night, I mean, we can talk to each other like that. Y'all said you didn't like me doing the flavored water, so guess what? I'm doing lemonade tea. And you all are not liking my my readers, so I'm going to find me some better, more sophisticated readers. I mean, excuse me for being cheap, but these were probably $1 and they get the job done. So I just want you to know that. But I want you to know to that really high class hair salon whose name I'm not going to name, but I know that there's some icons in there. I just want to let you know that I'm going to do better. I want you to know that. So do a couple of things for me. First of all, we want you to like the page. If you do not like this page already, go ahead, take the time, go ahead and like it. And in that way, whenever we go live, particularly when it's things that are breaking, as you know, I mean, when things are happening, I will go live. If you like the page, it'll pop up on your page. So please do me a favor, like the page. The second thing is share the video. Let's invite more people to our conversation. So all you have to do is share it or create a watch party, and then you'll be on there with us as well. So like and share, and then let's talk about a couple of things that are on my mind, and then we'll talk about the things that are on your mind. Have some great ideas coming up. I want to talk about that in a couple of weeks. Some of the great things we are going to do. All right. So first thing is this. I think we're all hurt by the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I mean, what an awesome woman. I mean, just an awesome woman. And when you look at the span of her career, 30 years ago, she was sent to the U.S. Supreme Court by President Bill Clinton at the time. And at that time, there was only one woman on the Supreme Court, which was Justice Sandra Day O'Connor. And when Justice Ginsburg, before she came to the court, she had I think, argued 6 cases before the Supreme Court, won 5 of them. And she's just been someone, although a diminutive lady, her voice just spoke out so strong. And even there, still, you feel like, I'd never met her, but I felt like I knew her, and I just felt just so sad that such a strong voice for people has gone from us. And no matter where you are on the political spectrum, I mean, you have to respect the body of work that this lady did. She beat cancer 5 times. And she had, I understand, pancreatic cancer, which, is usually a very grim diagnosis, and she lived for quite some time after being diagnosed. So, about what happens beyond that, is a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that. So we're talking about that and thinking about that. Also, here in this community, we were saddened to learn of the passing of John Finney. John Finney was the executive director of the Economic Opportunity Authority here in Savannah for 50 years. So his entire life, his entire adult life, was really about the least, the last, the lost, It was about empowering people, particularly poor people, particularly working poor people. I think what people don't recognize is that where we are at this point, all of us, and not really me, but people older than me that got it going on now, didn't always have it going on. And sometimes they needed help. And so the Equal and Economic Opportunity Authority was the place that many people got help. And so I wanted to thank you, thank John Finney for who he is, who he was, what he meant to us, and we're certainly going to miss him. This is also the time in between the two holiest high days in the Jewish calendar, Rosh Hashanah and then Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is on Monday. So to all of our Jewish friends out there, we wish you an easy fast during this very solemn time of reflection and remembrance. And so I say to you, Yom Tov, on this very solemn day on your calendar. The other thing that's been on my mind this week was Breonna Taylor. And let me say on the outset, because I think we have to be very, very careful. I am not in Louisville. I did not sit in the grand jury room. I did not see the evidence that the grand jury saw. I wasn't present that day. I don't know what happened. And so my opinion, which all of us have, is, essentially uninformed based on the things that have been released. And so, as you know, there were 3 officers that were involved. One of them was charged with reckless conduct for shooting into the neighbor's house. And so none of the police officers faced anything for actually shooting Breonna Taylor. And of course, throughout the country, particularly in Louisville at this hour, there are protests still going on from people who want justice. Now, I want to be very clear on the onset. As a former police officer, I have no problems with police. But I do want and expect that things be done right. And so, in this case, what I was trying to reconcile in my mind is that they had a search warrant that was approved initially as what's called a no-knock warrant, which means you come to the house and basically you come in the door. You don't knock. And usually it's because there's been some evidence to suggest that the people inside are dangerous. So therefore, for the safety of the police officer, for the expediency of the apprehension, you do what's called a no-knock warrant. Okay, so, but before the warrant was executed, the warrant was changed to what was called knock and announce, which means you knock and you say who you are before you come into the house. So essentially, from what I understand happened, the police and one witness say they knocked. 11 witnesses said they did not knock. So the police come through the door, and Breonna's boyfriend, who had a licensed gun, shot at the police officers. Understandable. If you roll up in here and I don't know who you are, you're going to be greeted by something. And I think any reasonable person, with people busting in your door, that would be a normal reaction. So in this case, there was a bunch of bullets shot at 11. I forgot how many was shot, killing Breonna Taylor. And so the indictment that was made for the recklessness of shooting into the apartment next door, and not about the issue of Breonna Taylor. And so, my concern, is like many people. Obviously this young lady was in bed, and didn't do anything wrong, worked in a healthcare or EMT capacity, worked to save lives, and she lost her life. And and I think people were just upset about that. That here this life was lost, but no indictments were given about the fact that she lost her life. Now, also, an indictment is merely and only a charge. It's an accusation. So there is a day in court at which time we're going to hear and see all that's going on. But in the meantime, for us, it just leaves us a little perplexed about what is going on. So my heart aches for that family that's going through that. And what I've tried to do best I can is to put myself in the position of people and say, if it was my daughter, how would I feel? If it was my son, how would I feel? And so I know if it was my child who died in that way, who was totally innocent, I would want somebody to be charged with that crime. And so the way I feel is about that. And so I just ask that people protest and demonstrate peacefully. The last thing we know, I know we had, they said the police officer that was shot, or two police officers that was shot in Louisville, and certainly we're praying for them. We want them to be okay. We just need some cooler heads to prevail while we're going through this. So that's what I wanted to say about Breonna Taylor. I just felt like she could be, could be my child. So, wanted to talk a little bit, and I think I just was told that next week we will have a very special guest who wants to, who will come on and remind you that September suicide prevention, and I just want to push this out there, and for someone who can put the number out there, it's 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255 is a National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. This National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. And I just want to remind you, we all need help sometimes. Admittedly, our minds are only meant to hold a certain amount of stuff. And, when so much stuff goes on that we don't understand, it can be frustrating, it can be disappointing, it can be saddening, and your mind can take you places that you never thought that you would be. And I will tell you that a lot of us, me sometimes too, sometimes you just got to fake it. Some days I'm not feeling it. And yet you put on that face, you put on that mask to at least show Pastor Paula, good to see you. You put on that good evening, Marva. You put on that mask to show to the world that everything is all right, and you're being ripped up inside. I can tell you from experience, that takes a lot of energy. And so all I want people who are watching, for those of you that might be in that place, for those of you who might find yourself in that place, I just want you to know there's help out there. There are people who care. There are always options. And so I don't want you to ever feel like you got at the end of your rope where there were no options. Reach up, reach out. There's somebody here willing to grab you, to hold you, and to help work on things to make things better. So, if you need help, 1-800-273-8255 is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. And I want to thank you And you know, and of course for us, you know, sometimes we see people that are going through hell, and we don't really do much for them, and so they need our help. You know, um, let's be really careful. I mean, and I see sometimes, and that's why I've tried where I can, and I mean, I don't always do it, but even social media, sometimes we can be so nasty to people and so mean to people, and you don't have a clue about the hell they're going through. And so I hope that we will try to be um, to act in a way that's respectful, because sometimes you might be the one to either drive somebody over the edge or pull somebody back from the edge. And so, you know, let me, you know, I can only do me, you can only do you. But if I'm doing me and you doing you, and the people on here are all doing each other and saying, hey, you know what, we're not going to engage in that negativity. We help create that that discussion as it relates about that. So, National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. It is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is available if you need the help. Thank you all so much for that. So let's move on to COVID. So a couple of things I want to tell you about COVID as of right now. We are at 8,377 confirmed cases. We're at 154 deaths and 756 hospitalizations. Our situation continues to improve, and according to the Coastal Health District Director, Dr. Lawton Davis, he attributes it graphically to the point at which Savannah and then later Chatham County adopted a mask mandate. Our daily case rate per 100,000, which is the number we follow, our daily case rate per 100,000 is down from 20.7 to 14.8. So we're making progress. We are down from 20.7 to 14.8. We had a positivity rate of about 9%. We're down to a positivity rate of now 8.2%. So clearly, our numbers are getting better. Our community transmission index is down from 265.9 to 248.5. Again, our numbers are getting better. But, you know, it's not time for us to, you know, let off of what we're doing. Now, this is for even Alexander, because he challenged me to find out the information. I said that I would. We have not issued a citation yet for someone not wearing a mask. However, I believe well over 20,000 masks have been given away. So I hope that's the answer you were looking for. You know, our reality was, and in our emergency mask mandate, I said from the very beginning that we would not issue a citation if we did not offer a mask first. For us, for me, this has always been about compliance, never about being punitive. And so if someone walks up and somebody walks up and you don't have on a mask and they offer you a mask, you take it and you put it on, you know, as far as we're concerned, that's it. The goal is not to put people in situations where either they have to have interactions with police or marshals. The goal is for us to have people wearing masks. We see here that it is working. Our positive rate has gone down from 9 to 8.2%, which is important, because if we're able to get down to 6%, we start talking about opening more things. We move from phase 1, where we are now, to phase 2. So please, Savannah, please, Chatham County, let us continue to keep this going on. Erica Luton, good to see you, sweetie. Let's continue to keep our foot on the gas as it relates to this. Continue to wash our hands, watch our distance, and to wear a mask. I know the summertime is over. We're now in fall. Hopefully the mask will be a little more comfortable to wear, and hopefully we will get to the point where we're able to take the mask off. I would seriously consider removing the mask mandate once we're below 6%. And like I said, again, this is about the science. This is not about what I want to do. I really want to continue to do what our health experts do. So that is where we are on that. Now, I wanted to add a little something about the schools, because people call me all week long like I'm a teacher in the school system. I'm not. They're calling me like I'm the superintendent. I'm not. They're calling me like I'm the school board. I'm not. It's hard. It's hard. I think the first thing, and someone called me this week. They went for me, and so of course, I didn't send for them, but they came for me, and so we dealt with them. The issue was that everybody wants kids back in school. As much as I hate school zones, I miss stopping at a school zone. Everybody wants these kids back in school. I think kids want to go back to school. Teachers want to go back to school. Principals and administrative staff and bus drivers want to drive again. They all want to, cafeteria workers. They want to feed these kids. The issue is not about the fact whether we want them in school. The issue is, can we do it safely? And I think for Dr. Levette, she was on here and she's come on several times. That's been what the issue is. It's about safety. It's not about, we can open the schools up whenever we feel like it. Open the schools up, the kids back in. The question becomes, can it be done safely? And are the metrics there? Is the science there to support the opening of the schools? Now, to me, this is where I am, because I don't know. This is where the legit. This is why I'm glad I'm not the superintendent, because the teachers can decide whether to go to class in person or teach virtually. So you have kids coming back to school, but I think that they're not going to see school like they used to. It's not like school like it used to be. This is like, it's like detention school. It's different because your movements are going to be and have to be so restricted. I don't envision there being cafeteria and gym like you used to and all that kind of stuff. It's going to have to be very restrictive. And so I'm interested in seeing how this works out. Hey, the Honorable Vicki Nelson from Hinesville, Georgia, District 2. Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but, I just know that it's going to be interesting. It's going to be rough. And I don't know how this is all going to pan out. And so I just hope and pray that, things, work out. So I want you to know that, ma'ams and sirs. It's a hard decision. And again, I continue to support our superintendent. I will tell you at the end of the day, you are, Evan, I'll come back to you about that. I think that you, at the end of the day, you are the school board member, and you are the superintendent in your house. Therefore, you have to make the informed decision for what is best for your child. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your child. Your child. Your child. And so we leave that up to you. Obviously, if you have a child with pre-existing health conditions, I would seriously consider whether you would let your kid go back to school. If your kid comes home to, grandmothers or grandparents or older parents or people with pre-existing conditions, again, I would really, really consider how that goes. I just want to make sure that we're very clear about how that goes as it relates to that. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Back to Evan, who raised a point that I just happened to see. No, the answer is we are enforcing it. I spelled out very clearly what enforcement was. I spelled out very clearly that enforcement was offering a mask first, and if a person refused to wear a mask, then you write them a ticket. I am not interested in us becoming a police state in that way. I am interested in people wearing a mask. And so if you look back at my press conference, and I've been consistent ever since, enforcement is wearing the mask. So giving out 20,000 masks plus, and I think it's probably more than that, if you complied, then we have enforced. And so, if we want to disagree on this, obviously you don't like the mask mandate. I'm sorry, you don't like it. But that's where it is. That's where it's going to stay. It is been in effect from July the 1st, and it will be in effect until our numbers are different. And so for people who don't like that, I'm sorry. I wish I could find a situation in which you could be satisfied. I realize I can't please everybody. I have committed to following the science. The science said wear a mask, and now our transmission index is down, our community daily case rate is down, and our positive percentage is down. So something we are doing is working. And so, again, I don't know. I don't know where I am, and that's what it is. So, I went. I told you I would ask last night, and so I went and I asked. I don't handle that side of the house. So fortunately for us, maybe well over 20,000 people or so took a mask and wore a mask. Some of the people who told me I'm not going to wear a mask, obviously when they were approached, they wore a mask. And so I'm not trying to put anybody in financial straits. I'm not trying to raise city revenue by charging people for wearing a mask. I just want everybody to wear a mask. I just want Savannah to be healthy. That's it. And we see very clearly from cities, even in Georgia, that don't have mask mandates of our size, their numbers are higher than ours. And because of the number of people coming into our city, and we've had a lot of visitors downtown. And you're right. I go downtown, and I'm downtown, I'm looking, and I see a lot of people not wearing. And I've gone around, I've asked people to wear a mask. Most of them do when they figure out who I am. But again, I can't have all our resources running behind people. Gotcha, here go your ticket. That's not what we want. We want people to comply. And so I'm really thankful for those businesses here that have insisted that you can't come in their business without a mask. And there are a lot of them. I thank them because they're helping to keep our city safe. So again, for us, it's about safety first. And I will tell you this, I want nothing more than to get rid of the mask mandate. And I promise, as soon as it's safe to do so, we're going to get rid of the mask mandate. But until then, I can't be that mayor like in other cities where they have these high numbers and businesses are shutting down and people are stuck in their houses. I can't be that guy. At the end of the day, I have to be able to go to sleep knowing I've done everything I possibly could to keep Savannahans safe. Those who like me and those who don't. And so for us, the science overwhelmingly says wear a mask, wash your hands, watch your distance. And so that's kind of where we are. But appreciate that and appreciate the discussion with you about this. I know there was a question about the SBAC. The loans for the SBAC, the second round, closed on September the 8th. And so right now we're waiting on the money. We received requests of over $7 million from hundreds of businesses seeking assistance. Now, straight up, we're not going to be able to help everybody. There are going to be people who are going to be mad. But I think when it's all said and done, we would have been able to provide a better experience for people. So we're hoping to be able to do that. So again, hoping for your thoughts and your prayers as we go about doing that. And again, find us a city in this state who has dedicated more money to helping people and helping businesses with their CARES money. When you look at other folks and what they've done, they're using their money, and rightfully so, because they can use their money for their own purposes, to reimburse them. We're using our money to help our people. That's what we're using it for. So Chatham County example has used $400,000 to help businesses for the entire county. The city of Savannah at this point will be at $3.6 million to help businesses in the city of Savannah. Right now we're using $3.3 million to help people with mortgage and rent assistance and utility assistance during this very challenging time. So again, we really want and need your help to continue to do that, and I appreciate you all for helping us in that regard. So I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Voting, we got to talk about voting for a minute. And now I want to just let you all know that the city of Savannah has partnered with the Board of Registrars for Chatham County, also with the League of Women Voters. The League of Women Voters, they're awesome. They purchased drop boxes, they secure drop boxes that will go across the city. And the purpose of that is to have people, because this election is going to be challenging. No matter where you are on a political spectrum, this is going to be different, way different, very different. And so we need your help. Evan, hey, I do the best I can, man. So, you could say it's poor. Okay, you're allowed your opinion. We're doing the best we can. However, our numbers are going down. So there. Anyway, we have secure voting boxes to be able to create opportunities for people to vote. Now, if I were you, I would not vote on election day. Don't wait till election day. There's so much stuff going on. We've seen about all this stuff. I want to make sure that your vote counts. And as someone who was a part of an election, a contested election, and a runoff election, I need to make sure that every single vote counts. And so I'm very happy to partner with the League of Women Voters, and very happy to partner with the Board of Registrars to provide these 8 drop boxes around Chatham County, that when you get an absentee ballot, you can just fill out the absentee ballot and drop it in the box. That's it. And we try very hard to get them around the community, to get them closer to you. So the Southwest Library is one location. The Whitmarsh Island Chatham County Precinct is one. Savannah State University is one. And the UGA Extension Building in Garden City. And then yesterday, the City Council approved the Savannah Civic Center, the WW Law Community Center, the Carver Village Community Center, and the Liberty City Community Center. So in Savannah, the Civic Center, the Carver Village Community Center, the WW Law Community Center, and the Liberty City Community Center are the locations that we have for our drop boxes. Now, admittedly, I'll probably get in some trouble. I was very disappointed about Pooler. Pooler is one of our fastest growing populations. I think I see Katina Pollen on. Good to see the Elevate Queen to join us today as we try to elevate ourselves on Friday night. For us, the 4 locations, Pooler is the fastest growing area in our county. On the other side of Pooler, there is Port Wentworth. There is the Highlands area, which is in the city of Savannah. And I really would have wanted to see us have a location in Pooler. And from what I understand, Pooler was not feeling having a drop box on their property. And I'm just hoping that cooler heads will prevail. And the city of Pooler, for those of you that are in Pooler, please call your city council person. Do me that favor. Call your city council person in Pooler and tell them y'all deserve to have a drop box in Pooler as well. If not, the closest place you have for a drop box is Garden City. So you deserve to have a drop box in your city. So I do know that Mighty 8th might be a location for us to have one, but I mean, I think it should be one in the city of Pooler too. I mean, this is an election. We're all in this together. So for those of you who live in Pooler, you know, hey, help us out during this time. And voting starts in earnest in October, and we will talk a little bit about that as well as it comes up. Of course, we know we're in the middle of the United Way campaign, and again, we need your help during this United Way campaign to help us to make things happen in the community, to help people who are falling on hard times. And I will tell you, we all fall on hard times every now and then. And so it's definitely an issue for us. And so I want us to really make sure that we support the United Way. You all shown a couple of weeks ago just how awesome you all are, you know, with Latasha Barnes and the work that she's doing with Save Our Youth Savannah. And so, you know, we'll bring up another nonprofit to help you as well. And so we will deal with that as well. So again, let's live united, let's work united, let's be united. The deadline is on for us to complete the 2020 census. Ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday is the last day. So today is the last day I will be talking about the 2020 census. It ends September 30th. If you are on our date night and you have not completed the 2020 census, we are disappointed in you. I want to say everybody on our date night is engaged in the census. We need your help. It takes just a couple of minutes. We only have a couple of more days. Only 56% of our city has self-reported thus far, and we miss out on money. And the things that we want, the things that we need, if we're not able to get it from the federal government, from money we send up, then we have to pay for it here locally. So it's like either you pay using the money you sent up, or you pay twice because that money gets to go somewhere else. So we lose $2.3 million for our community every year for every 1,000 residents unaccounted for in the census. $2.3 million for every year. So time that times 10. And so for us, we cannot let our city miss out on much needed funding. So for us, please go to my2020census.gov, my2020census.gov, or you can call 844-330-2020 to be counted. 844-330-2020 to be counted. If you prefer to do it in Spanish, the number is 844-486-2020. And somebody will put that in, please. My2020census.gov. Come on, just go ahead and do it right quick. We could wait until you finish it. Seriously, if you haven't done it, it's okay. Just go ahead and do it. Just takes a couple of minutes. For 72 years, you cannot know what the results were of the census in terms of identifying information. And so if you look 10 years ago, you can't find out those results. The goal is that it lasts a lifetime. And so therefore, our children might be able to access the information for the 2020 census. So please, two things very, very important. If you need to go to the census, it's my2020census.gov, my2020census.gov. Go ahead and get that done now. You can start early voting. I think 2 weeks before, I will post all that information so you will have it. And the last day to register to vote in the November election is on Monday, October the 5th. So we want to make sure that you are engaged in that. If you're not sure of your voting status, then if you're not registered, if you have a kid in your house that just turned 18, register them to vote, please. If you're not sure of your voting status, check it out. Make sure that you're registered to vote. And you can register online to vote now. So it's real easy. Somebody will post this for me. This is register-to-vote.sos.ga.gov. Register to vote. Register to vote. .sos.ga.gov. Register to vote.sos.ga.gov. In-person voting starts on October the 12th. Okay? Hey, Sharon Coles. See, that's the mask I go wear out sometimes as well. So if you're ever on River Street, you talk about the mask mandate. I might be wearing my mask on River Street. So I think that was it for me. Thank you, Dana, for posting that as well. I'm gonna put on the my readers that some of you don't like, and let's get into some questions. Let's see what you got going on right now. Let's see. Any questions? Yes, Debbie. Me and everybody in my house has also completed the census. Carolyn, how are you late again? Now, Loto says she has a feeling that we still haven't done the census. Come on, let's get this done. All right, several of you have posted the link, my2020census.gov. I want you right now. I'll stay on here for another couple of minutes. Let's go ahead right quick. Alicia just posted it. Somebody just go right now and click on it. Go ahead and do your census. Can you do that? And then let us know you've done it once you've done it today, so that we can celebrate the fact that we got some folks done today. We certainly can use your help. We need you to get your census done. Hey, it is good to see. It is good to see. See, Curtina, it only took her 10 minutes to do the census. It took me a couple of minutes too. So, good. I'm glad. Any, you did it. VV, thank you. Charmaine, yes, we need you to complete your census. Christine raises a good point. We talk about school funding. Well, guess what? You want school funding, you better do the census. That's how that money comes down from D.C. So yeah, please do your census. Do your census. Hey, thank you for mailing, Freddie Lohman. Thank you so much for doing that, mailing in. Alicia, thank you. If you're not registered to vote, go ahead, click it in, and let's get that done right now. If you have members that are elderly, if you have members, that have developmental disabilities, thank you, Sandra, for pointing that out. Go ahead and get them registered as well. Make sure they're counted in the census as well. We want you to go ahead and get that done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. I mean, all they wanted to know for me was my name, my date of birth. They wanted to know, who was in my house, and that was it. I mean, just me. An occasional visitor, but it's just me. Just me. Rebecca, what you're not going to do is be clowning my readers. But you know what? If y'all want to play with that, that's what we're going to do. For those of you who want to keep clowning my wonderful readers, then I want to give you an opportunity to solve this issue today. If you want me to get some new readers because you don't like my readers, in addition to doing a census, and in addition to doing a census, in addition to voting, registering to vote, I'm gonna give you my Cash App so y'all can go ahead and bless me to do that. So let me look right quick, see what my Cash App is, since somebody wants to clown. Thank you, Lisbeth. I thank you. They make me look distinguished. See, she said that. But for those of you who want to, my Cash App is Dan R. Johnson. Let's see if you can see it. Dan R. Johnson is my Cash App. Dan R. Johnson. So if you want me to get rid of this so quickly because you don't like my readers, then help me get some better readers, okay? And we're going to see how that goes. And all of you have stuff to say. I want you to go ahead and hook me up so I can have my mask. Not my mask, I can get my readers. So, Michelle, Michelle Young has done her census. Thank you very much. Good job. Why are water bills being sent out? Let me look at this again. Katina, these are ones. These are ones. Now, I know some of y'all, I know I look at a certain broadcast and, they're a little thicker than these. These are just ones. And again, we're going to do better. We're going to do better. Nicole, we have opened up the collection plate for people who want me to have better readers. And so you have an opportunity. See, Elizabeth says, dollar store. I didn't know the dollar store sold readers. I might need to go to the dollar store and get some readers. So thank you for telling me that. I'm going to go by there tomorrow. Linda, thank you for liking my eyewear. I did not know the dollar store sold readers. Are they $1? I want to make sure. So do we get everybody? Stephanie is officially registered to vote in Georgia from Florida. Thank you. We appreciate that. Good job. IDD individuals have the right to vote too. Sandra, what is IDD? Oh, wait a minute. Well, I need to tell you about that. Somebody, let's see. Somebody did it. Somebody blessed something. Let's see. Somebody did something. Oh, now Rebecca, thank you, Rebecca. Uh, Thank you for your money, your $5 for your new readers, and Alicia, thank you for your donation. So I have $15 towards my new reader fund. That's funny. That's funny. Um, so let's see. Well, the blessing is that the older you get. I mean, it just recently I just start wearing readers. Terry, I wear a 1.0. I only wear like a 1.0 readers. But I mean, I'm glad enough to get. I'm blessed to be old enough now to be able to to do it. You just take things as they are. I mean, I don't need glasses, but with all of this, sometimes it's just hard for me to keep track of what's going on. So, you know, Shalina, I know you didn't just show up here all laid up on date night. I don't know what's going on with you, but let's see, who else? We got Debbie Walker gave $1 to the dollar store for the readers. Thank you so much. I will tell you about this, and then we'll call it a night. And Debbie raised this issue. Oh, Nanette, thank you, Nanette. Y'all are serious. I love you too, Nanette, because I need real glasses. Okay, I love you too. Thank you, Danielle, for liking my readers. So the issue is this. Right, I could buy a bunch of them from the dollar store. Yes, I could. So we're going to work on that. So yesterday we debuted before the council a service line warranty program. And I've been a fan of this for years because for those of you that own homes, you know that if you have a water main break underneath your house, underneath your slab, if the water breaks from the water box to your house, then it is your responsibility to be able to pay for it. On the other end of it, if it's from the city, if it's from the box to the street, it's the city's responsibility. So I can tell you that I've known of times where I've come to a constituent's home and the water line busted, and it's on their side of the water box, which means they are responsive. They are responsible for paying for it. And sometimes this could be a $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 repair, particularly if it happens underneath the house where you have to now break into the slab in order to get to the line. And so we know in Savannah, many of our houses are older. Many of our houses need some assistance. And so as a result, we want to make sure that it's a form of insurance, and I think you pay maybe $20 a month, and basically if anything occurs in your water line from the box to your house, if it occurs on the sewer line from the sewer main to your house, then you are able to have it fixed absolutely free. And so this is through the National League of Cities, and cities across the country do this. I think it's a great benefit for citizens of the city of Savannah. And so, we want to offer that to our city. I'm not sure about the county that have city water, but I will check into it. Wait a minute. Oh, whoa. And the Lord keeps on blessing. Let's see. Terry Mobley. Terry Mobley, thank you so much for your donation to the Reader Fund. And Christy Wood. Christy, thank you. I love you, Christy. She says, stock up on those readers. Thank you so much. Y'all make me feel like I'm a charity case or something. I appreciate you for thinking of me. I mean, are these really that bad? I mean, I don't see them being that bad, but we'll see next week when I debut my brand new readers. So hopefully all of you can be proud of me in the readers. So believe it or not, y'all have blessed me tonight more than you know. because you want me to have readers. That is funny. Y'all are absolutely hilarious, which is why I enjoy date night. I do. I appreciate you all. I'm convinced that Foster's grants, those are expensive, right? I don't know. Oh, okay, Sandra, I see. If adjudicated incompetent, they should be voting. Okay, if not adjudicated. All right, so thank you for letting me know that. Carolyn, I want to know why you were late today. So we'll figure out what's going on. But anyway, I'm already asking about our elected officials sharing our Cash App. Yeah, I sure did. People want me to have new glasses, and they're willing to contribute, so I take it. For Linda, thank you for donating to that, and we appreciate that. So, but I wear one. These are 1.0. These are 1.0s. 1.0s. That's right. I will talk about that, Dr. Bryant. And actually, the When the Debt is Paid conference is coming up on next week. Next week is When the Debt is Paid conference. And this is something that Dr. Maxine Bryant has been doing. And in fact, I'll post it tonight. Is something that she's been doing for years here in Savannah, really talking about resources and avenues for individuals who pay their debt to society. And so for us, it's important to be able to recognize that we've all fallen short. We've all missed out from time to time. Katina Pollan, thank you. I think I'm gonna get Katina Pollan to go and pick out my readers. Katina, elevate me. I need you to elevate me. That's what I need you to do. Elevate me. That's gonna be your assignment, Katina. I want you to go and pick me out something that shows my flair as a distinguished man and Renaissance man. I want you to help me find some. So that's what we're gonna do. That's funny. So, but yeah, When the Debt is Paid conference is next Saturday, and I'll post it. If you know of people who are returning home from jails or prisons, this is an opportunity for them to get some great information. Again, I thank Dr. Maxine Bryant for doing this, and for us, we're glad that the city of Savannah is a part of this as well, because the city of Savannah, through our new initiative, the Citizens for Restorative Communities of Savannah, ARCS, Advocates for Restorative Communities of Savannah, is co-sponsoring this with Dr. Bryant, and we thank her for allowing us to tag along as well. Vicki, just send me the information as well. Inbox me about that. So I want you to know as well. But it's a great conference. I will push that out there. Tracy, good to see you. Thank you. And I want to say hello to Maya. Hey Maya, good to see Papa's little girl. Good to see you always. So When the Debt is Paid conference coming up next Saturday. We'll post the information, and I'll be mentioning it throughout the week. And I think it's just a good opportunity to talk about what we're able to do. And Dr. Bryant, when you get a chance, we'll get you on to talk about the work that you're doing as it relates to people who are returning citizens or who are justice involved. So thank you about that. Somebody asked about streets flooding, and I will tell you that yes, streets still flood in Savannah, and that is not much we're going to be able to do about all of it. I think that for those of you who can remember days when streets flooded and stayed flooded, things are much, much better. We have invested millions of dollars of infrastructure to be able to help address the issues of flooding in Savannah. That being said, the challenge has been for us that in Savannah, Savannah is considered low land. And because of that, if it rains hard and fast for a sustained period of time, and we're at high tide, Savannah is susceptible to flooding. And there is not much we're going to be able to do to stop that type of flooding in those situations. Now, there are areas in our city that I could think of that are basins. They're basins. And so some of those areas, for example, I don't know if you remember right at, I guess it's Henry Street. You go down Henry Street and you're like right by East Broad, and there's a like a train trestle there, and it goes down. Well, guess what? That's a basin. If it rains too hard, if it rains too hard, then essentially it's going to flood. It's going to flood. At MLK and Victory Drive is another area. If you look at it, when you come off of Montgomery Street on Victory Drive, it goes down like this, and then it goes where MLK is, and then just past MLK it goes back up. It's a basin, and so when it rains hard for a particular and sustained period of time, the water it settles there and it floods. Now, it does not flood like it used to. Now, because we have pump stations, we're able to move that water quickly. And I think we'll continue to invest money in infrastructure, but I don't want to give you unrealistic expectations that we will ever get. Hannah, I am not the only date you can get. But I think we have to have realistic expectations that Savannah, which is low land, won't ever be in a situation where we won't flood. I mean, I just think, we're going to flood. So, just wanted you all to know that. Any other questions? Good evening, Vanessa. Good to see you. Michelle, you said your job fired you for having underlying health conditions, and you haven't received a payment since May. Is that an unemployment payment? What I'm going to do, and we've had a lot of Savannahans who have issues with unemployment. If you inbox me, I've been reaching out back and forth with the labor commissioner. If you can send me your name and your case number to my inbox here, next week I will contact the the labor commissioner on your behalf. Okay, I will do that. So send me your information. And Christine, your boyfriend doesn't need to be jealous. He's way more man than me. So it's cool. But Michelle, in the meantime, if you need help, call 211 and get the help. Amy, outside of basin areas, why do you create fake pond areas around new construction areas? Those are retention ponds, and that is part of the development. You have to have those ponds for water runoff as a part of the construction. So we're not creating them. They're created as a part of the development. First of all, it's aesthetic, but secondly, it's also for water runoff. And so that's why you see in new developments, you will see the water there. That's why you see those ponds. Sandra, black and gold is a great color to have. Katina, I want you to go ahead and pick them out, because I don't want to pick out wrong and then y'all still talking about me. So I want you to pick them out. Yes, pick them out for me. So I want you all to know how much I appreciate you. I want you to know how much you mean to me. For those of us that agree or disagree, I mean, it's okay. I mean, America was, um, um, I just got a message all the way from Mexico. So all the way from somewhere in Mexico. Thank you for joining us. Um, all the way from Mexico on Friday. I didn't know we had that reach all the way to Mexico. So I appreciate it. So thank you for joining me. But I just want to let you know, I look forward to hanging out with you every Friday. I thank you. I will send the information. Clara, the city has not approved it yet. We expect to approve it in 2 weeks. And what I will do is once it's done, I will bring the guy. Come on, I will bring the guy on to talk about it. Okay, I will bring the person on to talk about it once we approve it. Okay, and that way everybody have that information. What's that? Can't even see. But anyway, I appreciate you all. Again, you all hold me up. You all keep me motivated. Even times when, you know, when you feel tired, or you feel run down, or you feel beat up, I just appreciate y'all standing with me, helping me as well. And, you know, we're going to make it through it. And, you know, my fear is when this is all over and we're back to our new normal and mask mandates are gone and people can go out and live their best lives and people are turning up on Friday and Saturday nights, I'll be here all by myself. So, I don't know. But, yeah. But I appreciate y'all. Elizabeth, there are many places that will hire former felons. As a matter of fact, that is something that Dr. That Dr. Brian has worked very hard on, and we will soon start listing and sending out a list of places that hire former felons or justice-involved people. You know, the goal is that everybody deserves a second chance, and if people want to work, if they want to do better, we have to give them the opportunity to do better. There are many of us, if we are honest about it, if we got caught for some of the stuff we did, some of us will be in jail. I know we act all high and mighty and all that, but the fact of the matter is, if we were caught out there, Michelle, I want you to send me a message. Send me a message. I want to make sure you say you're about ready to lose everything. I mean, you know, inbox me and let's see what we can do for you. Let's see if we can be of help. I can't let you be on Friday night date night, and then you lose everything and you can't be on Friday night date night anymore. I mean, I'm being selfish. We need you to be okay. We care about you. And so let's see what we can do to help you out. But anyway, we're all in this together. We are Savannah Strong because we show Savannah love. I love and I appreciate you and all you do. God bless. And again, we'll see you real soon. Have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace.